So we're seeing 5 major players kind of really starting to, I don't know, get into a lot of conflicts, and I think we're going to see a pretty big diplomatic shift very soon. So just to remind everybody of the wars that are going on, we've got Thailand versus Laos still. Remember that we learned why Thailand was so safe here in Southeast Asia, and that's because China's guaranteeing a lot of nations, a lot more nations than other great powers. Maybe that is the threat that they feel from the British. I'm not entirely sure, but they are guaranteeing lots and lots, and that's actually kind of the thorn in the British Empire's side. They can't expand their borders, even if they wanted to. I mean, there's a few nations they could attack, so there's no excuse there. I mean, they're continuing to have to defend alliance members, which is kind of the problem. But either way, the British are having trouble expanding, and that is because, I think, directly because of the Chinese support of many nations surrounding British India. So anyways, the other war that's going on is between the Soviets and pretty much Russia and this I don't know. This is a small nation out of the Caucasus Mountains. We should be seeing a lot of peace deals very soon. 52 war score with the Soviets. We've got Thailand, by the way, at 76 war score over Laos. We've got Mongolia fighting the former Japanese alliance member, and actually Mongolia is getting their butt kicked, negative 41 war score. I've been noticing that actually Mongolia is getting sieged out, which is kind of interesting. Germany at 11 war score over Russia, even though the British decided to support their alliance member, which is kind of big. Brazil's at 9 war score, so they've really shifted this war around in Latin America. Oh, what's going on here? The French are actually landing troops. I think I'm underestimating France's power. They do still have quite a bit of power in small islands around the world, as well as obviously they're still technically in Europe, and they've got a huge chunk of land that they control in North Africa. So all that stuff should be kept in mind. Bam, we see Venezuela going to lose. Oh, yeah, they're going to lose this. I actually misspoke. I was going to say they were going to win that, but they did lose it because the Brazilians have been reinforcing. So I don't know if maybe when Brazil declared this war initially, they weren't ready for it. Maybe they didn't have the forces to really be able to take over Venezuela. Maybe. I don't know. But either way, now they do. And the war score has really kind of started to teeter-totter back towards the Brazilians' favor. So they're at 7 war score for now. Germany also at 18. I'm not sure where the Germans are getting all this war score from. Maybe just by sitting on Russian lands, that could be a thing. The problem is that for their alliance member, Italy, once again, is getting their butt kicked in Africa. Italy has been just getting destroyed constantly. Oh, the Germans are in British Persia. Oh. So I'm guessing they got military access through probably Georgia, because Turkey hates the Germans. They don't hate each other. Yeah, they do. Yeah, Turkish opinion of Germany, yeah, negative 200. So never mind, I'm wrong about that. But yeah, they probably through Georgia, I'm guessing. Yeah, a little bit better of an opinion. So now the British are going to be facing a pretty big threat here. They're also attacking from the north, from northern British India. Where did they come from? How did they do this? Oh, because, you know why? Because the Soviets like the Germans, and vice versa. So a lot of nations liking the Germans, and I don't know why, because the Germans obviously have been so aggressive in this campaign. Oh, Thailand pieced out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Thailand looks good. They took over all of Laos. They'll probably take over all of Vietnam soon, since this region isn't really together. And yeah, like I said, I mean, we might eventually see Thailand attack the Dutch. That is definitely a possibility. Ooh, who's this? Is that the USA? The USA is actually doing something. They landed in British Australia. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that, really. But maybe I should have. I mean, the Americans have a lot of islands in their control out here in the Pacific, so I guess it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. Obviously, they're going after Newfoundland. Also, 2008. Looks like we might be going past. I don't want to guarantee anything, but I think we might be going past 2016. A little bit. Maybe. I don't want to throw this number out there and not go to it, but maybe 2050? Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. But the campaign still seems to be pretty exciting, especially with all these wars continuing to occur. Oh, another one pieced out. Off the top of my head, it looks like that was an end to... Oh my gosh, I'm just totally blanking. Is it the Chinese? We are going to find out by just an over... Oh, you know what? It might have been just the Thailand War. Right? Oh, and Mongolia. That's what happened. Eastern Asia. Okay, so Mongolia lost a bunch of land. They also were forced to release this nation, Tanu Tuva, and Manchukuo. I think it's Manchukuo. But yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. Of course I am. Of course. You can't pronounce things right. That's like one of the factors when it comes to crack. Crack just doesn't let you pronounce things right. That's my excuse now. Did Russia peace out? No. I thought the Germans peaced out with Russia, but I don't think so. I think the German borders are starting to look more and more kind of accurate to where they were during World War II. At the end of, well, I guess at their height of World War II. Controlling a lot of this. I mean, they never really went to the Balkan region, but they had allies here. Was it Yugoslavia that was their ally? Or, I can't remember, Slovakia? I'm sorry. I know. I should be knowing this. I really should. Ooh, interesting naval battle going on here. Which actually the Germans are probably going to lose because they've got some huge reinforcements coming. Actually, they never really brought in those reinforcements. That might be a fleet of light ships, maybe. That's why they didn't send them in. I don't know. Maybe they're transport ships. That's probably more likely. Light ships aren't that bad at fighting. I think the AI would have sent in light ships. Also, Ireland. How are they still alive? Part of the reason why the British aren't expanding, though, something to keep in mind, is just because they've been so distracted. I think I've mentioned this before. Yeah, I mentioned that before. But they've been very distracted. How's the fort system looking out here? So the AIs, I've noticed, oh my gosh, there's like no forts in central Russia. Or I guess I should say central Soviet Union territory. Also, almost nothing in Australia either. So the USA, if they wanted to, pretty much could do, oh, you know what, they're out of here. They're gone. They left for some reason. I don't know why. All right, well, the Americans are gone from Australia. And I'm thinking we should be seeing a Soviet peace deal soon. I think that was the next war to have popped up. If the Soviets peace out, then Germany's going to have a much better time at getting war score. They're at 28 war score. But yeah, I think the Soviets are going to peace out soon because they're at 53. When the Soviets peace out, obviously all these new Russian lands are going to be up for grabs. So the Germans, the Italians can go after that. This is the first time we've actually seen Germany invade other British territory, I think. And they're trying to move across the English Channel, but again, they still have a pretty significant disadvantage when it comes to a fleet. And they will have that for a while. Until the British lose a lot of land, either in British India or something like that, I can't see the Germans ever crossing the English Channel. Unless they get lucky. They could definitely get lucky. But even if they do get lucky and they land like 90,000 troops, first of all, I think the British will be able to stop them, and the Germans won't reinforce. The only way they get lucky is if the British are out, with tons of ships out there in the Indian Ocean or something, maybe in South Africa or something like that, which is entirely possible. So I think it's likely that the AI will eventually land a 90 stack here, maybe in Kent or something like that. But I think it'll be very easy. It'll be very easy for the British to kick out the German forces. And without consistently reinforcing through the English Channel, I don't see British Isles falling. Don't think so. Even if they did fall, though, a lot of this, I mean, the British still retain a lot of their power out here, outside of Europe. I mean, that's the majority of it, isn't it? It's interesting to see Italy. Oh, the war's over. It's about time. Did they take anything? Yes, they did. They took only about one province. They had a lot more war score than that, though. And now we need to see what the British do. They did have to annul their alliance with Russia. So the British are now only allied to... Oh my gosh, they're allied to actually a lot of people. But not very powerful nations. That's the key thing to look at. A lot of Indian countries, which they might try to vassalize, which would be a smart move. Let me go and check on some of the other wars. Okay, so these other wars still going on. Brazil's at 26 war score. What's going on in Latin America? So they do have multiple occupations over Venezuelan territory. And yeah, they're going to be able to pretty much do whatever they want right now. Ooh, did they separate peace the Dutch? No, the Dutch are still involved. I was wondering about that. That's interesting. Oh, also we need to keep in mind the French colonies uprising. This is the time to do so. Not sure how much the French were able to... Oh, and did it already happen? Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. The French are at war. I don't know why I thought the French were involved in that Russian-British war. So never mind. We still have some time. We still have some time for that. Obviously, most of... Oh, what is this? We've got some rebellions occurring in Russian Central Asia. Holy moly, a lot of rebellions. We've got Russian separatists. Russian separatists. Okay, so they're all Russian separatists. That's the thing, though, they've uprose... Oh, well... I guess that doesn't make... I guess that makes a little bit of sense, right? Since, Oh, the Germans didn't take anything else, right? I just want to make sure... I want to confirm that, first of all. They didn't. The Chinese took something, though. I'm guessing the Germans had to guarantee something to get them involved in the war, which actually... Wait a second. No. That's not right, either. I'm guessing the Chinese just hasn't... I'm sorry, I got confused. Never mind. I'm smoking crack. That is completely cracked. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we might see some French colonies rise up. Yep, Brazil will be the powerhouse, and I cannot wait to see how Brazil handles Central America and handles Mexico, who is actually not guaranteed a peace deal, which is kind of interesting. The USA not involved in a war either, right? No. Truce with Mexico till 2014. It's strange that... I don't know what's going on with that independence. Either way, Brazil's going to have to fight through Mexico and the USA if they want Central America. And that's only, I think, a matter of time at this point. How does Soviet Union only have 53 war score? It's very weird to me. You know, they might be losing a lot of war score, too, because of the Russian separatists. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Actually, there's quite a few rebellions that are occurring around the world. And everyone's going back to Russian land, so I don't think it's going to take long before Russia attacks. Somebody new, 2010. It's February 3rd, 2010. They're still very much liked by Eastern Europe, technically. And the Soviet Union. Even Latvia likes them. Scandinavia, not so much. The British are back at war. Oh, and that colonial war. Yes, it did. Okay, so Spain, Portugal, and the Saudis all are supporting the African colonies. This is going to be really fun to look at. Oh my gosh, Germany got involved, or I'm sorry, Greece got involved? Ireland? Oh my gosh, this is going to be big. This is going to be a very big war. A lot of the smaller nations are going to... This is going to be fun. This is going to be very fun. The thing is, I don't know if these French colonies are going to be able to stand up to all the British colonies. And let's keep in mind, French Ivory Coast was the only one to not uprise out of the French territory. Remember, the British just got out of a war, too. That also might mean a lot here. I'm not sure if the British colonies are hurt too much, but I'm sure the British Empire is hurt a little bit. We'll see if the Saudis can make any sort of difference with the 54 stack. Also, did the Russians peace out? No, still not. 52 war score. Ooh, I don't know. This is going to be close. I think it's very unlikely that we see West Africa, Mali, Niger, and Equatorial Africa gain their independence. I think it's unlikely. France also might have lost a little bit of troops kind of battling out with Brazil. I'm surprised that someone like Brazil wouldn't... Hey, look at this. Brazil is guaranteeing the independence of France now. That's strange. Well, that's going to hurt this alliance at some point. Maybe that's going to be the fall of the alliance. Brazil wants to keep France alive. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I don't know. I don't know if they can do this. They've already at one war score. Wait, is USA... Oh, okay. Turkey, Venezuela. Man, the alliances in this is crazy. The amount of countries that are fighting back against this colony. Also... Pretty big move, pretty big mistake for Angola and Mozambique to not also help out. That's a pretty big problem. Yeah, Italian Somaliland still doing good. Let's see here. Well, I mean, you know, if they can siege out British Nigeria fast enough. West Indies, I mean, they're doing a good job. They're attacking the south. They don't really have to worry about the north too much, but here come the French. That is going to be the next big problem. Oh, and Spain. You know, Spain also might be able to help out a ton attacking northern African French territory. I didn't think about that. I mean, they're already pretty much under control Portugal also helping out. I don't think the Saudis are going to be able to last long, though. That would be the biggest mistake, I think. That could be, I think, the downfall of this attack. Greece going... Wait a second. Why is Greece here? Oh, Greece is supporting France. Yeah, so Greece landed in French Syria, pretty much. And they're going to be going after the Saudis. But it doesn't matter. The Saudis are done. The Saudis are probably going to be forced to sever peace. Remember, the Turkish government is also involved. So, yeah, I mean, thank you. I guess there should be I don't know, a thank you card that's sent to the Saudis from these French colonies. But I don't think they're going to be. I think Saudis are going to lose tons and tons of land here. Oh, okay. So let's see what happened here. Bam! The Soviets just ate up pretty much most of Russian lands except for Central Russia, Central Asian Russia. A lot of Caucasus provinces also have fallen. German troops still moving back towards their own lands. And the Soviet Union has now made a comeback with a lot of development, although they still lost a lot to Scandinavia. Pretty big loss to Scandinavia. But just like that, I think we should now realize the Soviets are back in power after like 10 years of absence. And maybe we have 7 great powers. China, the Soviet Union, Germany, the British, Brazil, the USA. That's 6. So, did I miss somebody? I don't know. Either way, I think that they all should be definitely realize the threat that they pose. Anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. We're going to stop a little bit early, and we're going to check in next time to see this big colonial war. Cannot wait to see the results. It's kind of hard not to root for the colonies here, but I don't think they're going to win. They're at -3 war score, so that's a big problem. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.